What if, right now, at this exact moment, World War III has already begun? No announcement, no warning, just one silent decision, made somewhere in the world, and within seconds, everything starts to change, because modern war doesn't begin with soldiers. It begins with signals, invisible commands, traveling through satellites, reaching weapons that are already prepared, ready, waiting. And then it happens. A launch, not one, not two, but dozens. Missiles rising into the sky, crossing continents at speeds faster than sound. And the most terrifying part, you won't hear them. You won't see them coming, because by the time you realize, it's already too late. This is not like the wars of the past. There are no slow build-ups, no time to react, just instant escalation. And in less than a minute, the world is no longer at peace. It is at war. In this video, we're going to break down exactly what happens in the first 24 hours of World War III, minute by minute, hour by hour, from the first launch to the moment the world changes forever. And once it begins, there is no stopping it. Minute zero, somewhere on Earth, inside a secure facility. A command is given. It's short, simple, but its impact is irreversible. Within seconds, missile systems activate, launch sequences begin, coordinates are locked, targets confirmed, and then ignition. Missiles rise into the sky, leaving behind trails of fire, dozens of them, then hundreds, traveling across continents at unimaginable speed. Their targets, military bases, radar systems, command centers, because the first goal of modern war is not destruction, it's control. Disable your enemy before they can respond. But here's the reality, they already have, because the moment those missiles are detected, the other side reacts instantly. Early warning systems activate, satellites detect launches, and within seconds, a second wave begins. Retaliation, more missiles launched, more targets locked, more destruction coming. This is called mutually assured destruction, where both sides know, once it starts, no one can stop it, and in less than 10 minutes, thousands of weapons are already in motion. The world hasn't even processed what's happening, but the war has already reached its peak. Within the first 10 minutes, the world begins to realize something is wrong. Phones across cities start vibrating at the same time. Emergency alerts flash on screens, incoming missiles. At first, people don't believe it. It feels unreal, like a mistake. But then, sirens begin to sound, loud, continuous, impossible to ignore. Traffic suddenly stops. People step out of their cars, looking up at the sky, confused, terrified. Some try to call their families, but networks are already overloaded. Signals drop, calls fail. The digital world begins to collapse. Governments attempt to respond. Emergency broadcasts begin. Instructions are given. Seek shelter immediately. But there's a problem. There is no time, because by the time the warning reaches you, the missiles are already close. Air defense systems activate. Missiles intercept missiles. Explosions happening high in the sky. Some are stopped, but not all. And then, for the first time, the sky lights up, a flash, brighter than anything you've ever seen. And in that moment, the world changes forever. Within the first hour, the impact begins. Massive explosions strike major cities, not small blasts, but nuclear detonations. Entire areas disappear. In seconds, shockwaves travel faster than sound, flattening buildings, destroying everything in their path. Windows shatter, structures collapse, and millions of lives are lost instantly. The heat alone is enough to burn everything nearby. Fires begin to spread, uncontrollable, endless. The sky turns dark, filled with smoke, ash, and debris. Day turns into night. Communication systems fail completely. No internet, no mobile networks, no way to know what's happening outside your location. Hospitals are overwhelmed. Emergency services collapse because the scale of destruction is too massive to control. And for the first time, humanity faces a terrifying truth. This is not just war. This is extinction-level destruction, and it's only the beginning. 3 hours into the war, the systems that once kept the world running begin to fail. Power grids shut down, one after another. Entire cities go dark, no lights, no electricity, only fire burning in the distance. Hospitals, already overwhelmed, start to collapse. No power for machines, no supplies. Doctors forced to make impossible choices. Airports shut down. Flights disappear from radar. Some never reach their destination. Others have nowhere left to land. Governments attempt to regain control, but communication is broken. Leaders cannot reach their people, and in some places, there is no leadership left. Banks stop working. Money becomes useless. Because in a collapsing world, you can't buy survival. You have to find it. Panic spreads faster than the war itself. People begin to loot stores, fighting over food, water, anything that can keep them alive. Law and order begins to disappear. Because when systems fail, human behavior changes, and within just a few hours, civilization starts to break apart. 6 hours after the first strike, the focus is no longer war, it's survival. People search for shelter, underground spaces, basements, bunkers, anywhere that offers protection, because outside is no longer safe. Radiation spreads through the air, invisible but deadly. The sky grows darker, covered with smoke and ash. Sunlight struggles to break through. Temperatures begin to drop, and the environment starts to change. Food becomes scarce. Water sources become contaminated. Every basic need becomes a challenge. Families are separated, some searching for loved ones, others simply trying to stay alive. And the silence becomes terrifying. No news, no updates, no idea. What's happening beyond your location? This is where reality hits. The world, as we knew it, is gone. And what remains is a fight to survive. Hour by hour, 12 hours after the first strike, the world is no longer recognizable. Cities that once stood tall are now silent, broken, gone. Entire regions have disappeared from the map, and the people who survived are scattered, alone, searching for something, anything. That feels normal, but nothing is. Governments have lost control. In some places, they no longer exist. Communication is almost gone. No internet, no signals. You don't know who survived. You don't know where it's safe. Only silence and uncertainty. Survivors begin to form small groups, not based on countries, but on survival, because borders no longer matter. Only resources do. Food, water, shelter. These become the new currency. And outside, the environment continues to change. Radiation spreads, the sky remains dark, and the world feels empty. Because after just 12 hours, humanity has entered a completely new reality. After 24 hours, World War III is no longer a prediction, it's history. But here's the truth. No one wins. Not the strongest country, not the most powerful army. Because when the world burns, everyone loses something. Homes, families, the life we once knew, gone. And what remains is not victory, it's survival. So the real question is not who wins the war. It becomes what's left after it ends. Because in the end, the greatest danger is not the enemy. It's the destruction we create. And once it begins, there is no going back, only forward into a world we may not be ready for.